Everyone knows sleep is important. Ask anyone and they'll tell you they need 7 or more hours of sleep. You know it, I know it, but we all neglect it, even me. We all tell ourselves that one more episode, or let me just finish this, or I'll catch up on sleep later won't hurt. But the real catch is sleep deprivation doesn't just make you tired. It starts messing with your mind and bodies in a way that you may not notice until it's too late. So let me tell you a story. It's midnight. We should really go to bed, my friend says tiredly. It's a school trip and we're in a hotel, so my roommate and I ignore the probably good advice. A few more episodes later and suddenly it's 1 a.m. We've gone from I might regret this in the morning to at this point, let's just watch more episodes because we passed the mark for adequate sleep. I don't think we finally closed our eyes until an hour later. I wish I could say that we got the full 8 hours of rest, but we didn't. We woke up at about 5:45 a.m., and yet somehow I felt okay. I even thought maybe I could get on by with less sleep every night. Spoiler alert, I couldn't. It's easy to think we're invincible, but the truth is that even small amounts of sleep deprivation have a real lasting impact on our mind and body. And what's worse, we've come to view it as normal. So let's take a look into why sleep is essential for your health, happiness, and even your survival. Here's why. If you get 4 hours, or heaven forbid, less than 4 hours of sleep, your performance, vitality, and health will be compromised. If you get 1 4-hour sleep period per 24 hours, it will leave you feeling exhausted, agitated, and distracted the next day, and worse, if you don't catch up on sleep later. Now, I would like to preface this by saying that there is a small population called short sleepers that can actually sleep for less. They naturally sleep less than expected for their age groups. This means they can sleep 4 to 6 hours without impacting themselves. However, this is not the same as getting less sleep because of work, school, or other activities. For the rest of us, getting 5 hours of sleep is extremely detrimental to our health. While you might be okay with 1 5-hour sleep once in a while or an extreme moderation, most likely you will always feel worse and beyond if you don't catch up. And that's where the real consequences start to show. Research shows that people who consistently don't get enough sleep start becoming immune to the symptoms of sleep deprivation. So what are the effects of getting 5 or less hours of sleep? First up is cognitive function decline. Lack of sleep makes it harder to concentrate, slows down your reaction time, and makes it harder to think critically and tackle complex tasks. Another symptom of sleep deprivation is memory problems. People who consistently get less sleep can experience problems with memory retention and cognitive aging. Also, if another symptom of sleep deprivation is feeling cranky, anxious, or frustrated in social settings. So, sleep deprivation impacts your mind, but it also impacts you internally. Sleep deprivation is linked to a bunch of serious health problems. First, it's linked to kidney disease, diabetes, and stroke. Research from the National Sleep Foundation shows that sleep deprivation is linked to obesity. Lack of sleep impacts hunger-regulating hormones like ghrelin and leptin, which can lead to overeating and weight gain. If that's not enough, research from the Mayo Clinic emphasizes the strong link between poor sleep and cardiovascular health. Lack of sleep increases inflammatory markers, increases high blood pressure, and also increases heart rate. That all contributes to the development of heart disease. So, lack of sleep impacts your mind, impacts your body, but it also impacts you the moment you don't get enough sleep. Take this example. I'm an avid reader, and a while back, I set myself up to reread the entire Harry Potter series. Looking back on it, it was a pretty bad decision because it was on my Kindle, and in my mind, there was only one choice. Sneak my Kindle upstairs and read. So I did. I read until maybe 1 a.m., and I wasn't even close to finishing the first chapter. So I told myself, just one more chapter, and then I'll go to bed. I did not just read one more chapter, and soon I find myself looking at a clock that says 2 a.m. Oh, and I had school the next day. Oh, how I dreaded hearing my alarm go off, wishing I could sleep in and skip school. I sluggishly grabbed myself out of bed and cursed myself repeatedly for staying up so late. When I got to school, I was like a zombie. I couldn't focus on anything. I was slow in gym class, barely stayed awake in math, splashed my face with cold water in science, didn't try in Spanish, and was practically asleep behind my book in English. All in all, I don't think I learned anything, and my performance was definitely subpar. Research from the National Sleep Society shows that lack of sleep reduces overall productivity and sleep. I definitely felt the effects of this as I was sleepy the entire day and even ended up napping in my extracurricular afterwards. I mean, not getting enough sleep has no benefit. There's no gain to it. Imagine if I was an adult and did this. If I had to drive or do something that required 100% of my focus, I would be a danger to myself and others. So, not getting enough sleep impacts you internally, it impacts your mind, and it also impacts your day. And there's more? Yes, there's more. Sleep deprivation is also linked to a bunch of serious mental health problems. People who have insomnia are 10 times more likely to experience depression than people who get adequate sleep. Lack of sleep disrupts the regulation of stress hormones and neurotransmitters, which are chemical messengers that send signals to your neurons, muscles, and glands. This means your brain has a harder time coping with stress. If you already have anxiety disorders, then not getting enough sleep only worsens those. People who have chronic sleep deprivation have a decreased quality of life, and it will only get worse, and it will accumulate like dust. So what can you do to prevent all these negative effects of sleep deprivation? First up, try limiting screen time before bed. Limiting screen time an hour or more before bed can help your sleep. Second, set a bedtime and stick to it. Our bodies love consistency when it comes to sleep. Third, make sure that bedtime includes at least 7 hours or more of sleep. Now, the sleep suggested for each age group varies, but the Mayo Clinic suggests for ages 6 to 12, you get 10 to 12 hours of sleep per 24 hours. For ages 13 to 18, which is a category a lot of you fall in, you should be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep. For adults, you should be getting 7 or more hours of sleep. In conclusion, skipping on sleep has a real impact on your physical and mental health. While you may feel fine after one night of less sleep, just know it has serious impact on your body. It's linked to a bunch of serious problems, as said before, and mental health. So the next time you ever think of staying up late, whether it's to watch another episode or finish something or squeeze in some work, just know you won't just be tired. You're putting your mind, body, and future at risk. Sleep isn't optional. It's a necessity, so treat it like one. Thank you.